All right, guys, good morning. So, it's Labor Day. I'm drinking a little coffee this morning. I have had people tell me multiple times they don't want to switch from a climber to a saddle because, in their mind, a saddle, putting on all the gear, getting to a tree, getting situated, it takes too long for them to get in the tree. They say that without ever trying it, they just assume. Well, I'm going to test and time what it takes me to get to the tree, get a climber on the tree, and get up the tree, let's say, you know, I don't know, 12 feet this morning. Then we're going to do the exact same thing with a saddle. Now, I have hunted with my climber for years. It's an equalizer, and it's a forward facing the tree. It's probably the safest climber I've ever sat in. I just updated all the parts and switched out the cables and all that stuff. So it's self-leveling, so you can actually level the seat as well as the foot plate while you're in the tree. The equalizer climbers, in my opinion, are by far the best climbers on the market. So that's what we're going to use. And then I'll put my Phantom on and get to the tree. And I'm just going to act, we're in my front yard here, but we're just going to act like I'm in the woods and I'm walking towards a tree. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And we're going to time it all. I'll probably have my Apple Watch on and I'll show you where we hit it and we'll go from there. So this is how I would approach the tree. Normally I would have my pack hanging off of this. I'd have my bow or my rifle. And all we're gonna do, I'm not gonna speed through this because I don't wanna get hurt. I'm gonna do this just as if I was getting to the tree and I was gonna climb, okay? So let's see how long it takes. I got my stopwatch, right? This tree is 16 years old, so it's bigger around than I remember. And getting this climber up over this knob was a little touch and go. But we were able to get it done. Ideally, in the woods, this tree would be disqualified for me to climb it with my climber. I just wouldn't be able to get around. And that's one of the main points that I make with this video and with saddle hunting. The idea of being able to go into the woods and realistically get on any tree that I want to get onto with my saddle is just a massive plus for saddle hunting. So you can see here, I'm just struggling to kind of get up over this knob, and once I do, it's still not ideal for me getting into the tree. I'm a little lighter now, so I can pull myself up, but connecting all the safety connectors and things like that, I just would totally stay away from this tree if I was out in the woods. I definitely want something a little smaller in diameter, just so that I can get it all set up, the upper platform, the lower platform. I go ahead and take the connectors on the left and right side of the foot platform and I attach it to the connectors of the upper, so that way if there's any slippage out from underneath my foot, the foot plate won't fall completely to the ground, leaving me stranded with the upper platform and me sitting on it waiting for help. When you're in a climber like this, you can see it's just harder to wear a full body harness, unlike with a saddle where it's attached to the bridge. Okay, so just to be fair, we'll stop it right here. We're at 7 minutes and 19 seconds is when I stopped it. And I'm pretty much where I was gonna go. So we're at the crook of the tree and it's just very comfortable, very, very comfortable, very safe. You're facing the tree so you have a little bit of cover. You can look around and obviously your shooting lane and all that stuff, you would move it out. But even moving it, like just to be safe, if you want to move it left to right, you know, you do that, you get your top bit in, and then you sit down and you can move your bottom. All right, it's just so much safer to do. Equalizer has been making these tree stands for a while, and these tree stands are the best tree stands on the market. They are awesome. So anyway, okay, we've got this one. Now we're going to get out of the tree safely, and I'm going to switch over to my Phantom saddle and show you what that's like. 7 minutes, 19 seconds is what it took me from start to finish to get the climber taken apart, wrapped around the tree, up. You know, we hit a few, that knob right there kind of threw things off. But I want to keep that in. I don't want it to be a perfect tree because a lot of times you're not finding perfect trees in the woods, and you got to be able to work around that. That's just one of the tough things about using a climber. So it needs to be, you know, within the width, diameter, and you got to be able to get up it. This one would disqualify. If I was going into the woods to pick a tree, this one would be disqualified because of that knob and because of how wide around it is. So normally at the truck, I put my saddle on and I walk in. Just to remind you that I switched out the side saddles for these 511 flex pouches. These are the 9-inch. I've got one on each side now. I got some really nice night eyes that I can tie my sticks to as I'm going up the tree. So I got 3 here, and then my saddle will be, or I'm sorry, and then my platform will be in the small of my back. So here's how I go into the woods with my platform, my sticks, wearing my saddle. I'd have my bow or my rifle on as well. And we are going to reset the stopwatch. And by the way, like I said, this tree is in play now because the saddle and my lineman's rope can get around this thing. So let's get to work. Standing at the tree, I'm hitting start now. So the pack comes off at the tree, and the first step, I just put my platform in place and I hang 3 of my sticks off my saddle. The stick with the aider will go on first, so I just lean it up against the tree that I'm going to go up. This only takes a few seconds, and we start to progress around the tree. A lot of the times I'm doing this in the dark, first thing in the morning. So this year I'm actually going to put some reflective tape on my steps just to help with safety, be able to see it with my headlamp. Next thing we do is we go around the tree with our lineman's rope, and we're going to connect in with a backup with a Prusik knot over our ascender, so we're just extra safe. And we're already up off the first stick, and I'm about 3 feet off the ground. When I hit the top, I'm almost 5 foot off the ground because I'm running the Hang Free Co. It's the Hang Free Co. aider. So with the aider and 2 sticks, I'm up over 12 foot already. So right here, I just took my platform off and I'm getting it on the tree real quick. I just recently upgraded from a Prusik knot to the USA Light Pro by the Amsteel guy. An amazing tie-off method for your platform. 6 minutes, 14 seconds. So, and I only used 2 steps with an aider to get up as high as I did with my climber. So I'm not even on the top step. Anyway, speed is not a problem. I'm not saying it's faster or slower than a climber. All I'm saying is it's not an excuse either. Okay, because once you get your system down, you're getting up a tree quick. And we're down safe, just like that. Always connected to the tree, man. I love this stuff. Saddle hunting is the way. Anyway, guys, there you have it. You have seen the speed difference. There it is. Hopefully you can see that. 6 minutes, 14 seconds. About a minute faster than using a climber. I didn't bash my head with the sticks like I bashed my head with the climber. So that's always a plus. Make sure you get out there and navigate the wild.